Hello everybody, it's Joe here, and welcome back to my F122 My Team Career Mode campaign. We're at Season 3, Round 7. This is for the Spanish Grand Prix. If you haven't seen the last one, I urge you to go back and check that one out before you come and check this one out. This is your last chance to do so before spoilers. Well, in Miami, we took a great result despite the many misadventures we had, and we still managed to take a dramatic win. So we're here now in Spain to keep that momentum going. We've got 4 out of 6. This has been an excellent start to the season, and we're just about a quarter of the way through now. But we can't afford to get complacent. We've got to keep pushing. That is exactly what we're going to do here. First up, we need to get through qualifying, which should be relatively straightforward. Well, if I don't do that too many more times anyway. But here we are now, completing the first lap, and I'm confident this is going to be enough to get us through. Also, this will be the last race recorded on the PS4. As you may or may not know by now, I have upgraded to PS5, so all future installments of Career Mode will be recorded on that. I always record on my console and use Share Factory to edit. So yeah, all future uploads will be from the 5, and the quality, I can tell you, is just it's on a whole nother level. I'm not gonna lie. Right then, Q2, and we're trying to get through here as well. And you know what, the lap has been pretty decent, I am not going to lie. And we're heading around the last corner now. What's it gonna be? I'm thinking this is gonna place us nicely through. And it does. And you know what? If we can be near the top 3 on the grid, I will take that. This circuit is one I don't tend to go quite as well at as some of the others, so I'm hoping that whatever we can grab from here is reasonable enough. And we cross the line. Where are we going to be on the grid? It's P5. We will be starting P5 for the Spanish Grand Prix. So, could be closer to the front, but we can work with that.
And with qualifying complete, let's review our top 3 today. Leclerc, Magnussen and Lando Norris. With qualifying complete, all that remains is the main. Welcome then to what promises to be another fascinating Spanish Grand Prix, a race which saw Max Verstappen take victory on his first ever appearance with the Red Bull team in 2016 after the dramatic coming together of Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg. Will we see more moments for the scrapbook here today? It's a sellout crowd of 140,000 here today as we await lights out for the 730-metre sprint into Turn 1. This is a 2.9-mile racetrack. Overtaking is challenging through these 16 corners, but there's still a lot of high-speed excitement to be found, including the flat-out Turn 3 and the terrifying blind right of Turn 9. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole. And it's Kevin Magnussen in P2. Considering the rest of the grid we have Norris, Oscar Piastri, Joker and Ticktum, Sainz, Albon, Verstappen and Pierre Gasly, Hamilton, Perez, Mick Schumacher and Latifi, Joe, Ocon, Jehan Daruvala and Sebastian Vettel, Tsunoda, Schwartzman, Stroll and Felipe Drugovich. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track. A warm welcome to Natalie Pinkham, who is beside me in the commentary box today. Let's talk about Joker. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, they've been avoiding mistakes and have had solid pace, so it's been a good season so far. But whether they can keep that up long term remains to be seen.
And here we go, the formation lap gets underway here in Spain. This track offers a great variety of high-speed, medium-speed and low-speed corners, allowing for some fantastic racing, which hopefully will continue on here today. As the cars come back to the grid to line up for the start of the race, each driver will be wanting to get the best start they possibly can, and they'll be hoping to finish today's race on the podium, failing that, within the points.
Lining up on the grid then, Oscar Piastri just ahead of us, out-qualifying us for the 3rd time this year. Running in P4, so it's a relatively strong qualifying for him. I hope that he can maybe pick 1 or 2 of the cars off in front of us and give them a good run. I'm definitely hoping so anyway. And if he can then keep him back for us, that'll be even better. Right, last cars are in position now. It's the 5 red lights. It's lights out and away we go, and it's a good start for Charles Leclerc. Kevin Magnussen pulling away quite well as well. Is he going to try and go down the inside? No. And Lando Norris trying to slot into second. Norris forced to the outside as he tries to get alongside Leclerc. And it looks like Kevin Magnussen is going to force his way past. And Magnussen does force his way past. Kevin Magnussen moving in second place there. Norris is in third, and Oscar Piastri holding position in fourth. I've lost a place to Dan Ticktum, but I think I'm about to gain it back. We're going to see, well, here I am on the grass, and we're now going to switch to my POV of the start to just watch that unfold. Lights out and away we go then. It's a good start for us, and we seem to nail the second phase okay. And actually, Magnussen got a pretty sluggish start there, but Piastri, who had to slot in behind, had nowhere to go with that. I'm surprised he didn't look for the very inside line, as I've now gone very tight into 1 and 2, and Ticktum, no, went wide into 1, a little bit tight into 2, and Ticktum was able to get through, but now we're going to try and take the inside. Nope, Ticktum has covered it, so we're going to have to go the long way around here. Are we going to pull it off? We're on the grass, but we're going to dive to the inside, and we actually get that move done. That is pretty impressive to say, if I say so myself. So up into P5 then, and Ticktum going wide again, and that's going to be Max Verstappen forcing his way through. Verstappen and Ticktum going side by side. You don't often see cars go side by side around there. Albon is waiting in the wings, hoping that it goes wrong between these two. But Verstappen forcing his way through up into P7. Right, we've got a problem on our hands here, and that's we need to clear our teammate, because I do believe I am quicker at this stage of the race, and I believe that I might have a chance at getting after the front 3, and that's what I'm going to try and do here. But I have Oscar Piastri in my way, and I've gone deep there, so that's not going to help my case either. It's just going to be a matter of hoping that I can find a way through. And we're coming to the end of lap 3 now. I've hit the curb. Oh, I've nearly lost it there. I've had to go across, and that has cost me about 1.5 seconds. So I'm going to have to push now to try and catch that back up. I've also got to watch out for Carlos Sainz behind me. Make sure he doesn't try and get through, but we've got the inside covered. He's going to have a look to the outside, but nothing in doing it from that. So Carlos Sainz having to settle for 6th for now. Then it's Verstappen behind in 7th. Also having to buy this time. It's a frustrating day for the Red Bull driver as we start to push. Start to get inroads back on Oscar Piastri ahead of us. Lando Norris is in P3 and he's starting to disappear up the road, which is not what we want at all. We really need to start trying to get past Piastri, but the problem is that it's not easy to get past around here, and finding the right place to do it is proving to be quite difficult. Heading into the left-hander now. Is there going to be a way through on Oscar Piastri using the DRS here? I'm going to try and charge in around the right-hander. I've gone deep. I'm going a little bit too quick, and I've had to take to the escape road, and that is a place lost to Sainz and Verstappen. So frustration starting to get the better of me there, and we have dropped down the order, but I'm going to try and get Verstappen back as quickly as possible with a dive down the inside here. We've got the move done, and he's now going to have to fend off Ticktum as we now try and get after Carlos Sainz in the Mercedes. And I believe Ticktum is in the pit, so did Verstappen tag him? We'll have to have a little look in a moment, but first, look at me using everything at my disposal to try and get Carlos Sainz. I'm very late breaking down the inside there. I'm putting my absolute faith that Sainz will not try and block me off. Here we go then. This is what happened to Ticktum. We've gone past Verstappen and, oh yeah, Ticktum's tagged him. damaged his end fence on his front wing, and that is going to be an early pit stop for Ticktum. That's unfortunate for him, but the race carries on, and this is how we got past Carlos Sainz. That is so late on the break from us, and putting absolute faith that Carlos wouldn't just turn in and shatter my front wing. But we're back to the same problem now. We're stuck behind Oscar Piastri, who is proving something of a mobile chicane here, because he's not easy to get through at all. And this is why, especially in the case of career mode, I think it would be nice if we could order like a button for the team radio where we could ask our teammate to move out the way. Of course, they should then be given the choice as to whether they do it or don't. But it'd be a nice touch. Anyway, we're now heading into the last corner. We're going to have overtake. We're going to have DRS at our disposal. Coming round, heading down the pit straight. And we're going to switch on DRS. We're going to switch on overtake. This should be the move done finally here. Piastri goes a little bit defensive, but there wasn't really anything he could do about that as we move ourselves into P4. And I'm thinking, you know what, I want to try and use an undercut to get closer to Lando Norris if we can. But there is just one potential flaw with that, and that is that we're going to arrive out in traffic. So that has done literally nothing for me at all. As we try and navigate some of it, we are being held up. We're going to try and navigate the last of it now, though, with Schumacher directly in the way. Going to take the Verstappen overtake here to move into P11. And now we have Nicholas Latifi in P10 in the Alpine.
Okay, that's
running in the points for, I'm not sure if he has any points in Season 3 yet, but he's currently running in the points, but he's about to be deprived of P10. Latifi tries to defend, but there isn't really going to be anything he can do about that. And we didn't really give him as much space as we probably should have, but that is the move done. And you know what? When all of this actually shakes out, we haven't got past Lando Norris. Also, apologies. The audio, for some reason, isn't in sync there, but that does fix itself. Right, here comes Carlos Sainz on Oscar Piastri, and is Piastri going to be able to hold him off? Unfortunately for us, no, he isn't. Carlos Sainz able to get the position on Piastri as we start closing the front three down now, and we're really starting to mount an attack here as we set the fastest lap of the race, and this just proves that all along we have had the pace, but we just weren't able to get past Piastri soon enough, because if we got by sooner we might have been closer by now. But we are still mounting this attack, and the gap has halved in a few laps. Right, this is Piastri now coming back on Carlos Sainz. He dives to the inside line, and sure enough, Oscar Piastri retakes P5. That's a good move by our teammate there. I give the nod of approval for that one. Sainz is now having to deal with Verstappen, but I think he's going to be able to keep him behind as we watch Oscar Piastri in P5. But Carlos Sainz is now coming back at him. Carlos going to the inside. Oscar is going to have to go to the outside. And oh, he's tagged Carlos. He's tagged him, and I think that is going to be front wing damage for Piastri. Yes, it is. You can see the understeer there. And, oh, that is Piastri in the pits with a broken front wing. I'm in Spain without the S, guys. I mean, we're in Spain, but I'm also in pain. Right, we have now caught the front three, and look how much that gap has come down now. We're literally within a second and a half of Lando Norris. So you know what, I'm really hoping we can have a go for the podium here. There's a yellow flag ahead though. Who's retired? One of the cars ahead. It's Lando Norris. Unbelievably bad luck for Lando. He has just had the brunt of the Ferrari bad luck this season. He's been on the podium twice, but other than that, he has just bore the brunt of the bad luck and only been in the points one other time this season. 7 races, only 3 points finishes. It just goes from bad to worse for Lando, doesn't it? But in the end, once Lando was out of the race, I didn't want to risk my own car I didn't want to lose my engine and have that blow up, so I thought at this point of the race it was best to just back off and bring the car home, and that's exactly what we've done. We've managed to stay within just under 2 seconds of the race lead. Oscar Piastri took the fastest lap from us as well, which is something I'm not entirely happy about in a championship fight, but it's P3, it's a podium position. I feel like we may have left some performance on the table there, but it's still a good result.
They've done it then. A spectacular victory here in Spain and a massive confidence boost going into the next race. So, Natalie, what do you think helped them deliver this result?
Well, I honestly feel it was down to the driver and car today. I mean, we could talk driver skill all day, but if you don't have a solid team to back that, you're never going to get anywhere. When you hit that sweet spot of having both an excellent driver and an incredible car, that's when you see results like those that we've witnessed today.
Ferrari are at it again. An excellent performance at today's Grand Prix, and they're certainly a team that know what they're doing out there. So let's review the drivers' standings.
So it's a win for Charles Leclerc then, Kevin Magnussen getting second, and in third, that is us. I feel like we did leave some performance on the table there, especially with how long it took us to get past Oscar Piastri, and the mistake I made going through the escape road, losing the positions to Sainz and Verstappen. That was the real turning point. I feel like if we'd got past Piastri sooner, we might have been able to have a chance at attacking, because the pace, as you saw in the second phase of the race, with us closing down the front three, was there. And without the mistake from us, and without taking so long to pass Piastri, I feel like with the pace we had, we definitely could have given the front two a run for their money here. But, you know, we can't win them all, and it's still a podium position. We're still picking up critical points in the championship, and we've still got a little bit of a gap in the championship, I do believe. So, no harm, no foul there. Sainz got 4th, Verstappen 5th, Albon, a good run in the Alpine in 6th. Then it's Perez, Hamilton, Gasly and Daniel Ticktum rounding out the top 10. So, Ticktum, despite pitting for a front wing, still able to make something from that race, but not really doing as much with his car as what Kevin Magnussen is doing. Magnussen doing a pretty solid job in the other McLaren. And there's how this affects the championship then. So we've got a 15-point lead to Leclerc and 17 points to Magnussen. Hamilton, I think at this stage, is a little bit too far behind to really have any say in the championship. And we've got Verstappen and Piastri both equal on 55 points. Sainz also actually on 55 points, so 3 drivers equal on points, but I think Verstappen has got the best results out of all of them, and we still have a healthy lead in the Constructors. Well, thank you for watching this installment of Career Mode. Don't forget to leave a like and hit the subscribe button for more content from me. Until the next time, I've been Joe, TTFN guys, set off for now.